Welcome to Character Select. My name is Dave, and this is Raptor, Call of the Shadows. Knathis and I mentioned this on an episode of StarCraft 2, I believe. And, I just finished Mega Man Legends 2 last week. The last episode hasn't gone up yet, as of the time that I'm recording this, so I wanted to have something in between, just to give you guys some opportunities to give me some ideas for what you'd like to see in the next solo series, if anything. But I also just wanted to play something, fun. But this is a very old game. This is actually the 2015 edition that you can find on Steam, which is really, really good, except that the mouse sensitivity is for shit. It's so high. So we're playing with controller. Alright, my name is Dave. My call sign, as always, is Phoenix. Oh, that's right, I have played this game before, haven't I? Alright. Paladin. There we go. I'm going to play on veteran mode because how do I delete a pilot? I would like to know how to delete... Oh, there we go. Alright, let's just delete some of these pilots, shall we? Yup. Man, remember when fucking games had maximum save slots? Jeez. How many fucking saves did I have? Jesus. Oh my god, there we go. Jesus. Alright, now I can name myself the real thing. Alright, we're gonna play in veteran, because elite will kill you dead. I don't think I need anything yet. Alright. So, this was originally a shareware game that came out. It was originally the Bravo sector only. And then if you wanted to do Tango sector or outer regions, you had to buy the full game. But now it's just released, so it's fine. As you can see, it's a top-down shooter. I actually really like this game. I played this a lot back in the day. So, the trick is to kill as many dudes as you can to earn as much money as you can. As you can see, my score is directly related to my money. Don't get hit by missiles. God, missiles hurt. This game is also really loud. Alright, that's free energy. Energy powers your shields so that you don't die. You also destroy ground targets. If you run into enemies or if they run into you, it hurts. So try not to let that happen. But yeah, you start off as a basic bitch fighter. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh Jesus. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Boom, 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 boom. Oh god. Stop running into me, dicks. It's been a while since I played, so I don't quite remember where all of the things are. I do know that this is air-to-air missiles, though, which increase my firepower. These things are little bits of energy traces that give you some money. Yeah, this game was on, like, shareware CDs and demo discs back in the day, and it was just a good fucking time, you know? Like, shareware... I kinda miss the days of shareware, but, I mean, a shareware is just a demo that lets you play basically a third of the game. That's all it is. It's nothing special about it. God, I am not doing super great in terms of avoiding damage here, am I? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, that's a chemical spill. The one thing I don't like about this game is that the story is non-existent. You're basically a mercenary hired to strike at the mega corporations by other mega corporations. And that involves going and blowing up their shit, I guess. Oh god. Okay. There's a lot of little nuances to this game. If you... Okay, thank you. If you avoid shooting for long enough... If you look at the little bar on the left, if you don't shoot for the entire time, that bar goes from the bottom of the screen to the top, then... Ow. You will regain 1 bar of shield energy. As you can also tell, I'm not the best at shmups. Okay. Alright, almost dead. Got him. And we're done. That was level 1. There's 27 levels in this game. So now that we've got some money... so we had 23 health left at the end of that mission. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Ion scanner tells you how much health a boss has before it dies. More important is the phase shield, but we'll buy this. That's fine. Save. So you can select the region and it'll keep you sending you to the next one, or you can just do autopilot and it'll do the same thing. Ow. You can also abort a mission at any time, and you keep whatever money you got, and then restart the mission, but you also keep whatever damage you got, so not always the best option. I played this game... Like, this game came out in the era of Doom shareware, for an idea of how old this game is. And it's just such a cult classic that they brought it back no less than 4 times. Okay, go away, please. Thank you. Energy, great. Wasted money. Ow. Break that. But yeah, they brought it back in the early 2000s. They brought it back in 2010. And then they brought it back again in 2015 with better joystick support, aka controller support, which is what I'm playing with now. For what it's worth, I do recommend buying this game if you can get it for like $5. Oh, Jesus. That was a collision. No wonder that hurt so much. If your health gets low enough, then your subsystems start to take damage, which means your ion scanner and your weapons start to break. And if your weapons break, then you have to buy them again, which is not that big a deal for air-to-air missiles, and is a very big deal for some of the endgame weapons, because they cost about $2 million. Alright, that's great, thank you. Appreciate the courtesy. Have a great day, folks. Alright, thank you. Some of the weapons in this game are pretty ridiculous. Unfortunately, we're not really going to get enough money to see them all. Oh, small arms. That's just straight up worth money. Avoid that thing, because unless you kill it immediately, those missiles will wreck you. There is no mercy invincibility in this game. You just take constant damage. And believe me, it adds up very fast. Like, you can go from full health to basically dead very quickly in this game. Okay. Alright. And... nope. It's those. Die, 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 die. 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 It's also really hard to tell what's a good target and what's a bad target. Ooh, this one doesn't have tracking, does he? So this is one of the very few bosses in the game that does not have a weapon that will track you. So if you watch, getting my shields back. If you're willing to sit here and wait, you can get all your shields back for free, which isn't a bad deal. Smoke them if you got them, everybody. Mmm. Soda is delicious. But yeah, I played this game like the early to mid 90s. I was playing a lot of games around then. I didn't get a Super Nintendo until like 1995, 1996. But there was a video game rental store not far from us that I used to ride to on my bike that, of all things, rented computer games. Which kind of made sense at the time because CD burners were not a thing. All of the games that they rented came on CD, and as far as the managers of the store knew, they required the CD to run. That's not actually true. I rented Mega Man X for about 3 days, installed it on my computer, took it back, and found out it worked without the CD. Same thing with a couple of other games, but that's how I played the original Jagged Alliance. That's how I played XCOM Terror from the Deep. That's how I played Mega Man X on PC, which was a decent PC port. It only dropped a couple of things, like you didn't have the ride armors or anything like. You didn't have the ride armors, and it slightly changed the ending. Not significantly enough for it to matter, but you know. That was also when I discovered that our computer at home was not very good. We had a... if you want to get into the old school parlance, we had a 486-25 CPU. And we did not have a graphics card. Because graphics cards weren't a thing. It was just, you had your CPU and your CPU did everything. That was the era before Pentium. Before Intel, really. We eventually upgraded our computer and we were super excited because we went from a 486-25 CPU to a 486-50 CPU, which was still not a Pentium. A lot of people forget that a Pentium was called a Pentium, aka 5, because it was the first 586 CPU, and then they just started going to gigahertz. But yeah, we played Warcraft 2 slowly. Let's just say that the intro, or the mission introduction speech for Warcraft 2 finished before the second line of the scrolling text showed up on the screen. That's how slow that computer was. Oh boy. Those were good times. Alright, we have just about full energy here. A little bit more. Alright, let's see if we can kill this guy without taking too many hits. That's fine. 2 damage I'm not too worried about. Yeah, I was really excited when I was actually able to get my own computer. This was in 2003, mind you. I was able to get my own computer, and then found out that I knew nothing about computer parts. Like, I thought upgrading from a 32-bit processor to a 6... Oh my god! There goes all my health. Cool. I thought upgrading from a 32-bit processor to a 64-bit processor would be a vast improvement, which it was, except that it was the same processor speed, so literally nothing changed. So yeah. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Phase shields are the most important things you can buy. Phase shields will take damage before you do. But I also really want... Where is it? This. Really want this auto-track minigun. But it's going to be a bit before we can get there, so... Let's buy a phase shield. Save game. But yeah, that was... This game came out in a time when you measured your RAM in megabytes, not gigabytes. Like, it's so unusual to think of now, but that's what we did. I mean, like, now I build my computer. I don't necessarily, like, scout out the parts myself because I'm not that smart or that savvy when it comes to PC parts. Hedra is pretty good about helping with building a PC for a good budget. But I buy all the parts individually, I put them together, install them in the case, all that stuff. I've been doing that since I bought my first computer, which was off the shelf. Ooh, air-to-ground missiles. Cool, let's abort the mission. So let's go to sell. Boop, 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 boop. Ding. Cool. This is kind of a cheatsy Hobbit's way to do this, but whatever. It's not actually that bad. But yeah, I build my own computers now. I find it very rewarding to build the things that I use. Within reasonable limits. Like, I'm not going to build myself a goddamn car or something like that. Although I have wanted to buy a kit car, but my wife won't let me, and they're also really expensive, and they need specialized equipment that I don't have, so... Pipe dream. It's a pie-in-the-sky dream. But yeah, I find it rewarding to build things that I can use. The problem is I'm not creatively inclined, so actually designing things is beyond me. Wait, did they fix this? No, they didn't. Okay, we're good. I was worried that I wasn't getting my money, but I am getting my money, because now I'm up to 133,000! Yay! I don't think these kills matter for anything, though. Like, they take away this money from me. So yeah, I built my computer. I've got to tell you, the very first time you install a CPU, you will worry that you broke something. Because, oh my god, you're pretty sure you just did. CPUs have to be very solidly fit into a motherboard. And that means... So 152, and then we go over here, and we have 133. Yeah, we don't get paid for it. Which means that a certain amount of force is required. And that force is gonna feel like you're gonna be damaging something. You get used to it. Like, you want to be delicate with the CPU that you just spent, you know, $400 on. If you're fucking lucky. But yeah, you gotta... Maybe that's something I should do. PC building simulator. I can show you guys what my computer looks like, because I'm pretty sure all of my parts are in there. I also don't do anything fancy like the RGB stuff. I don't understand that. Because honestly, maybe it makes sense if your computer is like right next to you, but my computer is on the ground next to my left foot right now. And I can't think... And I wouldn't be... And it's fully enclosed, too. It doesn't have a clear side, so... Even if I did light up all the parts, I wouldn't be able to fucking see it. Maybe I'm just not the target audience, I don't know. Alright. Do do do. Da 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 da. Die 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 die. Die 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 die. Honestly, I don't even rebuild my computer all that often. The last time that so my philosophy is that if you're going to do anything as complicated as install a new CPU, you might as well upgrade everything. Alright, that's enough money. So, usually when my CPU starts to get a little on the slow side, that's when I start upgrading everything. Boop. And then we will go here and sell these so that we can buy that. Cool. Alright. And now, we have an auto-tracking minigun, which does this. Which lets us stay out of the way. It only goes for air-to-air targets, which does have some problems later, but for now, it is super useful. Oh no, it does go for ground targets. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the other auto-tracking weapon. The laser only goes for ground targets, or air targets. Oh, this is how you make the monies. It's the most important thing about the auto-tracking minigun is that it lets you stay out of danger. And if you're wondering why I'm not using my webcam for this game, it's because I don't want to. Oh, that's right. The thing with the auto-tracking minigun is that it only goes after threats. It doesn't go after targets of opportunity. So if it ain't shooting at you, your minigun ain't gonna shoot it. But yeah, I played a lot of Doom around this time. I never had the full version of Doom, because we never bought any of the shareware games. We generally didn't buy all that many games. My brother and I got a I think I mentioned this before. My brother and I got a newspaper delivery route just so we could buy Super Mario Bros. 3. And that was a big deal. But other than that, we got it for, you know, Christmas. Or we got gifts for Christmas, we got games for birthdays, and that was kind of it. We rented a lot. Which meant that the games that we did have, we played a lot. So, Punch-Out! We played a lot. We played a lot of Mario Bros. 3. I had Final Fantasy, which took me a long time to beat. And I greatly enjoyed. Oop. We had this game called Conflict on the NES, which my brother didn't like, but I enjoyed and I was just never good at. But it was like a turn-based tactical game where you were basically playing US forces versus Soviet forces, and you could do things like you could create tanks and troops and stuff like that, and helicopters, and send them against your enemy forces, and the whole point was to capture your opponent's towns and factories and bases. Think Advance Wars, but real world instead of Fantasy World. And you'll basically get the idea. I didn't understand it as a kid, because, you know, I played it when I was like 8, so give me a break. but I played that one a lot. Alright, the other one that I want is this one, Micro Missiles. So you can see that there's differences between these. There's selectable, special, always equipped. You want things that are always equipped. There's only 3. One is your machine gun that you start with, one is the plasma cannon, so we'll buy that, and then one is the Micro Missiles. Because they are always equipped, they will always be shooting. Anything that is selectable is only active and shooting when you've selected it, which is great, but also means that it's not constantly being used. The best weapon in the game is a selectable weapon, and that is one of the few times that you're going to want to use a selectable weapon. The plasma cannon does not hit the ground, though, so our ground attack is still pretty terrible. Fuck you, trucks! Oh. I'm trying to remember what other games that we had. Dragon Warrior 3. I had Dragon Warrior 3, and I love Dragon Warrior 3. I still love Dragon Warrior 3 to this day. I have a lot of fond memories of that game. The only Mega Man game we actually owned was Mega Man 6, which was a great game. There was a game that another game that I loved was Faxanadu, or Fazanadu, depending on who you ask. I always pronounced it Faxanadu because there's an X in it. Goddammit. Which was part of a larger series, but it stands well enough on its own. And it was a side-scrolling RPG slasher? I'm not really sure how to describe it. If you haven't seen it, you don't know, and if you have seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was a very convoluted game. And very fun. I still love it to this day. I have gone back and played it. So, ooh, I got a bomb. No, not what I want to do. That was switch weapons. Maybe I'll save it for the boss. Don't run into me, please. What other games did we play around the time that this game came out? I've already mentioned Doom. The trick with those snake things is to not flinch. Get in front of them and keep shooting and hope you kill them first. Otherwise, they run into you and cause massive damage. Other games. Damn, man, what other games did we play? We had this NES game that was interesting called, there's a bomb for you. Called Street Fighter 2010: The Final Fight, which was not a fighting game, not a Street Fighter game, but it was made by Capcom. Just to confuse the hell out of everybody. Alright. So I need to buy another phase shield because mine broke. I can sell those because I'm not going to use them. Close. We're almost there. I have come to destroy the children! You'd best send your best fighters after me! Ha ha ha! Civ 2. Played a lot of Civ 2. That was another one of those games that we rented and did not need the CD for. You needed the CD for the animation, or the cinematics, but those weren't required to play the game. I don't think I was ever really good at Civ 2. I've never really been good at a Civ game, because who gets good at a Civ game, you know? Just play it for giggles. Although I guess if you follow them on Twitter, the Civ team does tournaments all the time for Civ 6, which is cool. I like that. I think it's cool that people can get a chance to play a game like that competitively if they want to. But never was good at that stuff, so... played a lot of old school Pirates, not Sid Meier's Pirates, but like Pirates 1990, I think it was. Later in the 90s, I played The Sims. Nobody else did, but I sure did because it was fun. I am just wrecking your shit, aren't I? Jeez. Oh, that was a collision. Ow. Yeah, honestly, when I was a kid, I played a lot more... I played games for a lot longer than I do now, because now there are so many choices, and I have the money to actually buy them on occasion when I'm employed, that I definitely don't suffer for game choices. Which means that I don't have the opportunity to focus on a game for very long. Because there's so many games that I want to play, gotta play them all, you know? It's like Pokemon, but with games in general, instead of just all the Pokemon in one game. And that's not to say that I don't respect... I mean, I definitely respect people that are able to focus on games for that long, to get good at them. But I'm not that kind of person. Not anymore. Like, even no matter how many times I played through Faxanadu, I couldn't tell you any speedrun tactics for it. I played it to have fun. I didn't play it to learn how to break it or something, you know? Oh, boss time. Okay, please stop shooting my jet. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Let's see here. Did I buy anything? Or did I get anything? I did not. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go... God. Too expensive for Days Blood. Buy some micro missiles, and buy another phase shield. Now I just fire a bunch of missiles! Do these hit the ground? I don't remember if these hit the ground. I don't think they do. It's really hard to tell with these flimsy targets that die immediately, you know? They do not. Air targets only. Okay. Mine layers? Who's got aerial fucking mines? Jesus. Oh, dumbfire missiles. Dumbfire missiles look cool. Wrong button. That was dumbfire missiles. Hope you enjoyed. Never use them again. Dumbfire missiles are unguided, but their biggest advantage is that they can hit both air and ground targets. So you use them to inflict massive damage on bosses and stuff like that. They also do more damage than air-to-air or air-to-ground missiles. They're just harder to aim. Okay. Because they come flying out of the jet. By harder to aim, I mean their fire rate is a little more erratic than what you might be used to. So you gotta be careful. Got to be careful. Oh, is this the big complex? Yeah! Chain reaction! It's not the big complex. Oh well. That's coming up. Break it! We played... I said we played Mario a lot, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, this is not the boss, so you've got to kill him super quick, or else he just kind of sticks around. This is the big complex. Just fucking tear through. I played Ultima. Ultima 7 specifically, which was not a game that I really understood. I think I was too young for it. Also, jumping into the Ultima series starting with 7 is not the way to go, let me tell you that. I might die. Hopefully not, but depends on how close to the end of the map we are. Yeah, playing on Elite, I'd still be on fucking level 2. This game is hard on Elite. Hey, this guy has bullshit projectiles. Oh god. Boom. Well, at least we got enough money to repair our ship. Wait. Get out of here, dumbfire missiles. Nobody likes you. Oh yeah, the bombs are slightly better than air-to-ground missiles. Or less damaging, but more widespread. Missile pods are pretty cool. Don't remember the power disruptor. They added a couple of weapons to this game. This is the laser version of the minigun turret, and it's great except that it can only hit air targets. Pulse cannon is very powerful. The plasma ray is very, very powerful. The twin laser is very, 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 very powerful. But I really don't want to buy any of these things. Alright. We'll keep going for a little bit. I remember... Yeah, I remember when the PlayStation 1 came out, and I wasn't really interested in it because I had literally just bought a Super Nintendo used from a friend. And I was like, you know what? I'm playing these games right now. There's no way I'm going to be able to get a new system. I'm not going to be able to convince my parents to buy me that because, you know, 1995 I think it was when it came out. Maybe 94, it doesn't really matter. Either way, I was either 11 or 12 years old. I did not have money of my own. I did eventually get it, but I got it as a gift from my brother, who got one and decided he didn't want it anymore. So he gave it to my oldest brother, and he gave it to my older brother and I as a gift for Christmas one year. But I wasn't really interested in it until I saw the commercial for Final Fantasy VII. And I was like, what do you mean 7? The last Final Fantasy was 3 on the Super Nintendo. And they were like, no, you're stupid. Or at least the American market is stupid. So they renamed it Final Fantasy 3. Dead. Much better. Okay. But I saw the commercials for Final Fantasy VII, and at the time, I think I was playing Mystic Quest. I mean, obviously I had played Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy III, or 4 and 6, you know, on the Super Nintendo, but the only Final Fantasy that I owned was the only Final Fantasies that I owned were Final Fantasy I and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So to say that the incredibly advanced graphics of Final Fantasy VII for the time amazed me would be an understatement. I can still remember that commercial. I remember the text specifically. It's up to one soldier of fortune to save the world. If he succeeds, you survive. If he fails, you can always hit the reset button. Final Fantasy VII. And then they showed all the cutscenes from, like, the first 5 hours of the game. Well, snippets of them. And I just remember seeing that commercial on TV for the first time and being like, what? For like 15 minutes. Oh man, I was so hype. So hype. Have a bomb. Have another bomb? Sure. Meow. Alright, we are going to buy the missile pod and have a good day. Oh, whatever. Missile pod does this. It shoots air-to-air missiles extremely fast. But it's air-to-air missiles, so you gotta be careful. So now we're getting into the swap the weapons bit. Well, that's one face shield down. Oh god. Oh, they're firing so many missiles. Okay. Oh boy. But yeah. The 90s were... like, no matter what anybody says, I will always have fond memories of the 90s because I was a dumb kid who didn't know what the fuck was happening. So, there's that advantage, you know? Like, I didn't know about financial troubles, I didn't know about money problems, I didn't know about political problems, what was going on in the world. I knew nothing. So, the 90s to me were just a time when I went to school, woke up, watched Saturday morning cartoons. Very occasionally did my homework. It was rare that I actually did my homework. Alright, go away, please. Thank you. Saturday morning cartoons, man. So I grew up in Canada, where there was... you either watched Fox, or you watched YTV, youth television. And YTV had weird censorship rules, which I have mentioned in previous episodes. Oh god, when did my face shield run out? That's not good. But Fox had the Saturday morning kids hour, or the Saturday morning kids shows, starting at like 7 o'clock in the morning and going until noon. And that was my mornings. That was my Saturday mornings for the longest time. Just, you know, watching cartoons and shit on TV for most of the day. Okay, this is getting a little hairy. Okay. Okay. We're good. Oh, those are missiles right in the face. Okay, we're fine. We're doing okay. We're getting a lot of money. We're getting super rich, but we're gonna die, so... Oh, don't hit me. This thing runs into me, I'm very dead. Got him. Okay. Whew, made it through that skin of our teeth. I would like to bye-bye-bye. And then bye-bye. There, you must delete a pilot. Alright, whatever. Bravo Sector, final wave. So, quiz for the comments down below. What was your favorite TV show growing up? It could be a cartoon, it could be a live-action show, you know, whatever. For me, it depends on whether you mean like show that I watched, or show that I like to watch the most, or show that I like to experience with family. The show that I watched the most was probably like Darkwing Duck. I love Darkwing Duck. That was a good time. But the other show that I really liked, the show that I liked to experience with others was Star Trek: The Next Generation, because my family and I all watched it. We would all crowd into the den, because we had a living room and a den. We were fancy. And we would cluster around the 24-inch screen on the tube TV, and we would all watch Star Trek: The Next Generation. By the time we were all watching it together, it was like 1993, I want to say. It may have been 94, but either way, it was in syndication at that point, so there was always a new episode on every night. Or not a new episode, but there was always an episode on Monday to Friday. Oh, that was a shield. Ooh, that's not good. So we would always have something to watch, and you know, everybody had their characters they could identify with, but we ate dinner at the table. We migrated to the den, and then we watched Star Trek. Star Trek: The Next Generation. And my favorite episodes back then were any with Wesley, because Wesley was really the only character I could identify with. And yes, I recognize that people didn't like Wesley. I don't care. I thought he was cool. I still think he's cool. I think he might have been poorly written and poorly handled by directors. But he was the character on the show that, as a kid, I could relate to, because he was a kid and I was a kid. He was trying to find his place in the world, and I wanted to play video games, so you know. I am going to die. Fuck. Okay, 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 okay. There is too much shit happening on screen. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Oh, thank God I got this turret. Oh! Well, there go all of my weapons. I have machine guns only, and I'm taking you with me! Well, that seems like a good place to end it. This has been Raptor Call of the Shadows. I'm only going to do the one episode of this. It doesn't... You've seen it. Except for buying more weapons, there's not much else to it. So, but thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And if you have a suggestion for a game you'd like to see on the channel, either a one-shot or a series, leave a comment down below. Can't guarantee I'll do it, but, you know, I'm looking for ideas. I've got some ideas, but I want to see if I can get some suggestions and see what you guys want to do. Alright, have a good night.